India News Hour. Rising of future technology to impact the IT revolution. It is evident that the more we speak on the issues or hype anything related to countries' common interest, it becomes the sweet spot for the cyber crooks, since these networks of hackers are well organized. However, for the corporate world, they work in different directions with their vested interests. Organizations of all sizes are at risk from nation states, hacktivists, organized crime and malicious and accidental insider threats. Security practitioners are under increasing pressure to defend their organizations. Let's look into the scammers, how they have used the social security numbers and other data to create synthetic IDs to collect unemployment benefits. Cybercriminals have been capitalizing on virtually every aspect of the coronavirus pandemic and the resulting lockdown. They have created malware designed to tap into the medical, financial, social and even psychological repercussions of the outbreak. To help people and businesses affected financially, the government has been offering loans, stimulus packages and increased unemployment benefits. And of course, all of that represents another area to be manipulated by scammers. With this, the online exploitations by cybercriminals continue to grow in volume and scope. Cybercriminals have been combing various types of data to create phony IDs to obtain unemployment benefits from the US government. At the same time, the global health crisis is dangerous enough as it is, which makes the added concern of cyber threats almost overwhelming. Now the question is how to effectively fight back against them. The COVID-19 pandemic is far from over. A report says threat actors are collecting, buying and selling data and are educating and collaborating with each other to profit off this worldwide crisis. Scammers can purchase a FULZ, that is FULLZ database on the dark web. Offered on English sites as well as underground Russian forums, these databases contain complete packages of all the necessary personal data stolen from individuals. Some dark web merchants also sell forged identities, both physical and scanned. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Clearview AI inks deal with ICE. AI provides a search engine tool based on a database of billions of photos scrapped from internet-based public sources. The recent contract signed by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement of worth $224,000 has been spent on New York-based Clearview licenses by the US Immigration and Customs Department. Increasing card scammers target large hotels. Crooks have snuffled dining reservations information from the Ritz Hotel in London and used it to call customers in an effort to trick them into handing over their card details, leads to a potential data breach as the crooks have used what they did get to scam diners. One woman told that she received a call that appears to come from the hotel's phone number asking her to confirm her booking for afternoon tea. The crooks told her that her card had been declined and asked for an alternative. She gave them her card details, which were then used to try to make several large purchases at retailer Argos. Congress was caught in alliance with Cambridge Analytica to weaponize data, said Prasad. Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has said that the Congress was caught red-handed in alliance with Cambridge Analytica and Facebook to weaponize data before the elections. He said that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi now has the gall to question BJP after Gandhi tweeted that BJP and RSS control Facebook and WhatsApp and use them to spread hatred and fake news. 24 companies pledged $1.5 billion to set up mobile phone factories in India. About 24 companies have pledged $1.5 billion of investments to set up mobile phone factories in India, Bloomberg reported. This comes after the government in March announced incentives that make niche firms eligible for payment of 4 to 6% of their incremental sales over the next 5 years. Apple, Samsung and Foxconn are among the companies that have pledged investments, Bloomberg added. RIL may acquire Urban Ladder and Milk Basket. In a bid to strengthen the digital offering, RIL is now aiming to acquire two of the most prominent startups in this space, online furniture brand Urban Ladder and the milk delivery platform Milk Basket. As per the reports, people who are closely tied to the Urban Ladder discussions have reported that the deal could be somewhere around the ballpark of $30 million and will come up along with a further infusion of cash in the business and earn out for the management team as well. With a clerical error, Citigroup wrongly transfers $900 million to Revlon lenders. The loan operations staff of New York-based Citigroup mistakenly transferred $900 million to lenders of Revlon on behalf of the cosmetics company due to the clerical error. Some hedge funds claimed Revlon was in default and reportedly denied giving Citigroup the money back. The amount $900 million is reportedly similar to the amount Revlon's lenders were seeking through a lawsuit. Supreme Court judgment on transfer of funds from PM CARES to NDRF. The Supreme Court will pronounce its judgment today in a plea asking that all contributions made to the PM CARES Fund till date be transferred to the National Disaster Response Fund, that is NDRF, to help in the fight against the pandemic. The verdict, which will be pronounced by the three-judge bench headed by Justice Ashok Bhushan, will also decide whether the PM CARES funds violates the legal provisions contained in the DM Act. Google Cloud is top cloud service provider for retailers worldwide. The success of the Google Cloud comes from its vertically aligned strategy, with retail being one of its core segments. Google Cloud has also been hiring aggressively and establishing worldwide systems integrators for partnerships to accelerate retail penetration. It recently expanded its partnership with Best Buy, which has named Google Cloud as the provider of its data enterprise platform in a multi-year agreement. Next-gen data center to launch InCollab to collaborate, create, communicate. It is an exclusive intranet for the company where all information can be shared in multimedia and the employees can showcase their work, get recognized, instant updates of organization policies, new product information, wins, and they can also capture employee feedback. It is also an exclusive forum discoverable by the consumers. Payment option removes clutter. COVID update. The number of positive coronavirus cases reported from India now stands at 27,02,742 and the toll from the disease stands at 51,797 with 876 people succumbing to the disease in a span of 24 hours. To conclude, with the current government systems stressed to their limits, cyber fraud is becoming easier and more profitable for cyber criminals. These criminals who steal your personal data don't necessarily use that information themselves. More likely, they will sell those tidbits on the dark web where a wide audience of people can buy and use them to steal your identity and make a healthy profit. Let's look at how every data sells and the enterprises they make money out of. A debit card quickly draws the necessary funds from your bank account, but a credit card charge waits for payment until the next billing cycle, which means you can contest the charges. So this type of theft is not easy to pull off. A report which could surprise you says, looking at your proof of identity, your driver's license sells for $27.62 while your passport goes for $18.45. Your email accounts aren't worth as much. Gmail credentials sell for $5.87 and Yahoo Mail credentials for $1.65. And for anyone who still has an AOL account, those are cheap at just 41 cents. E-commerce accounts range in price depending on the vendor. At the high end, your Amazon account sells for $30.36, followed by your Best Buy account for $26.54 and your eBay account for $21.66. At the low end, credentials for Craigslist can be had for just $4.66 and those for Home Depot for $5. For all of us who use social media, a Facebook account sells on the dark web for $9.12, a Reddit account for $6.21 and a Twitter account for $2.02. Have you ever tried online dating? An account with Match goes for $7.86. For mobile phone users, T-Mobile credentials are at the top, selling for $16, followed by Verizon at $11.81 and AT&T at $7.81. But Skype credentials are cheap at just $1.25, and it is all about identity threat. Your susceptibility to identity threat depends on a variety of factors, including your password and the security of the vendor. But one factor that plays a role in your location. Let's wind up for the day, but do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app for the latest news and updates, which is available on Google Play Store. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.